Alright guys, Gilly here. Plan for this video is to kind of quickly go over how I intend on distributing mats for cooldowns, so Primal Might and Spellcloth, Mooncloth, and Primal Mooncloth and Shadow, whatever that's called, Shadow Cloth, I don't remember. So using TSM. And basically the whole point of this is when the problem I'm trying to solve. I had like 6 alts last time in TBC. I played for the first probably 5 months of the game. Got out of the military and had to stop playing because I switched coasts. But I stopped playing with my guild. But I remember it was a pain in the ass to try to like send, because it's like one primal of every. It's like primal mana, fire, water. I don't know, earth, maybe, I don't know. There's like a bunch of them that you need to make all 3 cloths. And what I have right now is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then my priest. So 6. I might make my warrior a 7th, and I'm playing a paladin on a 3rd account. So that'll be basically 7, up to 7 alts. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 Taylor Alchemists right now. And it becomes really annoying to send these, let's see here. If I go like primal, or I'm sorry, Spellcloth. Let's see. So like Spellcloth needs Imbued Netherweave, mana, and fire. And then like Primal Mooncloth needs life and water, and then I don't remember what it's called, Shadow Cloth, maybe TBC needs shadow and fire. So basically you need mana, 2 fire, you need 1 for spell and 1 for shadow, you need a primal shadow and primal life and primal water. So that's like, you know, 5 different primals. It's super annoying. Just trust me on this. And then for primal mites, you need 1 of each of these. You need a primal water, primal air, fire, and mana. And you can do this every 24 hours. And when you have this many alts, which I don't have, there's people out there with like a shitload of more alts than I do. I have 6, like that's respectable, I feel like. But yeah, that's kind of the problem statement. And so what I wanted to do is show you guys how you can set up do I have thorium bars? Yeah, thorium bars. Okay, so how you can set up TSM to do this for you automatically. And it's really easy. And it will make your life dark runes. A lot easier. And so in TSM, if you're not familiar, Trade Skill Master, I tend to go too much into detail all the time, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Trade Skill Master is great add-on. Lets you make groups. So in one of these groups, you would make, I'm going to show you guys the example for Arcanite bar that I use in Classic. And then when TBC releases, I'll make another video showing how I intend to use this for Primal Mites and for the different, for like basically one set of cloths. And I'll go ahead and go into too much detail here, but so skip forward a minute if you already know how this works. But when you go to make cloth, if you're a level 60, you can choose a specialization for cloth. Most people choose spell cloth because it's normally worth the most. And that's because the most classes use spell cloth for the items. And so if you're that specialization, you make 2 of that cloth. And you can't respec out of that cloth for free. It costs like, let's say 100 gold. I think it's 150, but it might be 50. I don't honestly remember. And so every 4 days, what you can do is you can craft your specialization, which let's say is Spellcloth. And Spellcloth has to be made in Netherstorm. And so let me pull up a TBC map here. TBC map. Okay, so Netherstorm is up here. So in area 52 is, I think, like right in the middle here, but it's probably this. And so you can fly up here once you run up here on all your alts once or get summoned. And then you can craft here all 6 alts in area 52, so you can actually kill the mob. There's a mob that spawns when you craft it. The guards will kill it. You can tag it, and then you can loot it. And then with all 6 of your alts, what you'll do is you'll summon it, or you'll craft it. You'll help kill it. You'll miss like all of your attacks because it's level 68 and you're level 60. And then once that dies, you'll fly down here to whatever this place is called in Zangarmarsh. And there's a moonwell there. And then you will use that moonwell to summon a primal, or to make a primal mooncloth. And then you have to figure out how to get to Shadow Moon Valley. There's, what I did is I had 3 accounts. I would whisper with summoners. I'd ask a guildie, hey, can I summon you out here? And then you can help me click to get my 6 alts out here. So I would do this Spellcloth to Mooncloth on all 6 of my, or on, I think I had like 4 maybe at the time. Actually, I probably had 6 because I had one of every class, plus the class that I was playing. So I would fly them, I would do the Spellcloths, which was then 12 Spellcloths. I would fly them all down to this, and I would craft the 6 Primal Mooncloth because I don't have that specialization. And then I would reach out to a guild and be like, I need one person to help me click for, 20 minutes. And I'll pay you 15 gold. And then you get summoned out here. But before you do this, you can fly to Shatrath and you can change your specialization. And you change your specialization to Shadow, and then you come over here and you craft 12 Shadow. And it costs you money to do that. What you're hoping is that the cost of 2 Shadowcloth is less than the cost of the respec. So Shadowcloth, let's say it's 100 gold to respec. I think it's 150. I don't honestly know. In fact, I don't want to look it up right now. But what you can do, as long as it's less than 2 cloth, and I'll explain why in a second, you should respec. You'll make money. So you respec if it's profitable. Then you get summoned all of your alts down here, and there's an altar down in Shadow Moon Valley where you can make the Shadow Cloth, and that one also will summon mobs, which hopefully you have your level 70 there, your max level character who can help kill them because they drop Primal Shadow, and you can use that to make more Primal Shadow, and then you can use that, or they drop Motes of Shadow, I should say, and you can use it to make more Primal Shadow and use that for the future. Same thing that Spellcloth does. They drop Motes of Fire, and then you can use that to make more Primal Fire, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, you're now a Shadow spec guy down here, and you're going to craft your Shadow, and then you're going to log out on all of your alts because you don't play them because they're just professionals. This is how I did it. 4 days later, you log into all of them, and you craft all of the Shadowcloth again. So now you'll have 24 Shadowcloth on these guys, which you could transfer them to you don't have to wait to give them to your character, but at this point you'll have another 12 because that's your specialization. And then you'll hearth back to Shatrath. And then you will switch, because now you've crafted like 2 of the Shadowcloth, then you'll switch your specialization again to Spellcloth. And then kind of like it's like a back and forth. So then you'll go from Shatrath, now that all your characters are Spellcloth makers, you fly up to Zangarmarsh, you craft your Mooncloth, you get another 6 Mooncloth, you fly up to Area 52 and make 12 more Spellcloth, and then you log out for 4 days. You log back in, you make 12 more Spellcloth, etc., etc. The reason that this is a pain in the ass is because you have to have, like I said, every day you're logging into these to make Primal Mites. So you need a mailbox. And you're logging out down here in Shadow Moon Valley somewhere where you don't have access to a mailbox because you have to get summoned out here because you can't get out here. This is level 70 area. You'll die getting out here. As level 60. You'll die a lot. It'll take you a long time. So you really want to get summoned and then log out or do your crafts, log out, log back in 4 days later, do your crafts and hearth. Like that's what you want. It's the least resistance. And so anyways, what you want to do is have a quick way to send basically 8 days worth of mats, of primal might mats and the cloth mats, at least a shadow cloth mats that you can send to them, because this Anger Marsh area has a mailbox and this Area 52 has a mailbox that you could, you know, do it ahead of time. When you're managing this many alts, it's a massive pain in the ass to mail them each, like, you know, okay, one, you have to manually keep track of it. Mail them 2 primal shadow or whatever, 2 primal shadow, 2 primal fire, whatever it is. So TSM can help you, and I'm already way over what I wanted to be. I want to be at like 5-minute video, but it is what it is. What you can do with TSM is you can make these groups that have the mats. So let's say for right now it's Arcane Crystal and Thorium Bar. That's what makes an Arcanite bar. In TBC, maybe I make this all of the items that I need for Primal Might, or all of the items that I need for Primal Shadow, or 2 Primal Shadows. And so you'd have one that would be one group that's like Arcanite, one for Primal Shadow, one for Mooncloth, or I'm sorry, not Primal Shadow, one for Shadowcloth, one for Spellcloth, and one for Primal Mooncloth, or however you can figure out to make the groups. I'll probably make exact groups once I physically figure it out. But then you make you make those groups. And you come over here into operations, mailing operations. You can see like crafting Gilligan, Gillysham, Gilligun. These are all my alts, right? And so this is my characters, my druid. This is my shaman, hunter, mage, rogue, and priest, which I'm on my priest. I used to send these from my warrior. And you can see that I send the Arcanite. The way this works is you apply this to a group, which in this case is Arcanite, and then you see max quantity 1. So it'll only send 1 of any item in this group, which you could change this to whatever it is. You could change it to 2, like if you need 2 primal fires, however the math works out to make it make sense. In this case, I just need 1 Arcanite or Arcane Crystal and 1 Thorium Bar. So basically the flow is you make a group with all the mats that you need. You change you create an operation, a mailing operation with the name of the character and the quantity, the max quantity. Otherwise it'll send all of them. All of like the whatever item, like Arcane Crystals or Thorium Bars or Primal Shadow or whatever, to that character, and then you apply that mailing operation to a group. And once you have it set up, you just come over here to groups, you hit Arcanite, and you mail select it. And if you watch here, TSM will split these groups, which is the major pain in the ass. It'll split them and send 1 to each one. So watch this. I hit mail groups. So it just split Thorium and Arcane Crystal, Thorium Arcane Crystal, Thorium Arcane Crystal, Thorium Arcane Crystal. Okay, last one. And now, if I switch over to my hunter, give the girly a kiss, hope for mistletoe, fresh holly, and then open up your Thorium and Arcane Crystal. So when you're managing alts like this, it's a huge benefit to have this ability. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. GG's, boys.